Moving forward, but staying on Thursday night, we have Middle Tennessee on the road at Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech is a 4.5-point home favorite, and this game carries an over-under of 49.5 points. It kicks off Thursday night at 8 p.m. on CBS Sports Network. Look, guys, this is a tough season. Middle Tennessee, they have yet to be even competitive against an FBS team here. But they played Ole Miss, Western Kentucky, Duke, Memphis, a pretty strong cast, especially for Conference USA here. But they have yet to score multiple touchdowns in non-garbage time. They were down 35-7 against Western Kentucky, 38-10 to Duke before they scored late. It's an offense that has not been getting it done. But on the other side, Louisiana Tech, they're not really much better offensively. They're 108th in the nation in points per drive. They're saving grace. They do have a top 40 points per drive defense, but that's against a struggling NC State, Tulsa, and FIU. You know, it's the complete opposite from what we've seen from Louisiana Tech recently. A team that can't score but leans heavily on their defense there. Middle Tennessee, though, not really much an improvement over the teams that they played. Actually, it's probably the worst offense that they played yet this year. Louisiana Tech did make a change at quarterback. Evan Bullock is going to be the starter ahead of Jack Turner here. He completed 70% of his passes, but lower than a 6 average depth of target, 8 out there. No touchdowns last week. Neither option is all that inspiring. Otherwise, we'd probably see them scoring a lot more. On the other end, the Blue Raiders, they've been without their top running back, their workhorse running back, Frank Peasant. He could return this week, though, per a report that I saw, which is encouraging. Their other running backs have been banged up as well on the season, so that rushing game has just not been able to get going due to a lot of injuries and overall just a lack of explosiveness. Louisiana Tech's rush defense has been pretty good. Again, you got to take into account who they played, but you can't choose your opponents, and they're not playing a much better offense this week here, so they should be able to keep them in check through and through. With or without Peasant, the ball's probably going to be forced into quarterback Nicholas Vadiato's hands. Sorry, tripped over that one. These names kill me, but Nicholas Vadiato's hands, is partly due to bad receivers, but Vadiato he must not throw very friendly ball, very catchable football, because he had 30 drops last year and already has 13 again this year. His receivers just aren't catching the ball, and that is the receiver's fault, but at the same time, you have to throw a catchable football. Some quarterbacks throw a less catchable football than others. I think part of that is on Vadiato. So we're talking about two bad football teams. My numbers that I have that are aggregated power ratings and adjusted for play, I make this closer to +3. So I think I'll take Middle Tennessee +4.5 at this point. It did hit 5.5, and then we saw resistance. So I'm taking it before it gets any closer to 3. And of course, if Frank Peasant returns, that's a big boost for the Blue Raiders.